Okay, so this is just a brief video for all you people out in YouTube land and my subscribers and everybody who's watching. Just a little heads up on what's going on in the country. Obviously, if you haven't already been aware, there's a big debate about our Second Amendment rights, heaven forbid. They want to take away what are being called assault rifles. Us law-abiding citizens and those people who understand that they are not necessarily an assault rifle do refer them as semi-automatic sporting rifles. So that vernacular is obviously anti-gun in and of itself. So try not to use that. But I just want to point out some key, very stupid issues regarding this whole situation. Shootings in Connecticut, Columbine, the Joker in the movie theater in Colorado, all of that. Terrible tragedies. But by increasing the legal situation, that won't have much effect. Truthfully, 100%. Anybody who doubts me, I'm sorry, but that's wrong. Hear me out. Allow me to give you my argument. Where there's a will, there's a way. If you outlaw these semi-automatic, sporting rifles, or ban the capacity of the magazines, or whatever the case is, people are going to just step it up to something else. Either magazine changes, so they'll carry multiple mags, multiple guns. They'll move over to semi-automatic handguns, whatever the case may be, or whatever is out there and available. And eventually it'll be, oh, well, then let's get rid of semi-automatic handguns. Okay, now we have revolvers. Well, then they'll use revolvers, and then they'll get rid of those into just, single-shot handguns or rifles or whatever, and then that will take over. Obviously, this is still going to be an issue. And where there's a will, there's a way. If you completely got rid of firearms, then you have people who are going to make bombs, because bombs can be made from chemicals in your basement. You have people who can go out and buy a chainsaw and do terrible, graphic harm. The problem is we're treating a symptom, not the problem. Where there's a will, there's a way. If you block the way, they will find some other method. The firearm issue, that doesn't address it. That's stupid. And anybody who thinks that this will prevent it is wrong. We need to treat the true problem. Spend more time with your kids. Watch less violent TV shows. Don't let your kids play violent video games. Talk with them once in a while. I mean, these are just a few things in today's society that we struggle to do. Focus on bringing God back into your homes. And for those of you atheists, focus on just family values or traditions. I mean, let's try to bring our morals back into the view. Let's try and teach our children that this is not okay behavior. Our Second Amendment rights were given to us because our forefathers knew that that was such an important thing. That's why it's number 2 and not number 13. It's right up front. We need to enforce those rights. So anybody watching this video, write your senators, write your congressman, contact anybody that you know that can have any sway. I think it's funny that we're trying to ban those things, and that's just the problem. Is there will always be people out there who are trying to do harm for whatever reason. And shy of living in a shell, that will not stop. It's unfortunately the way of the world nowadays. So let's not feed into that fear. Paraphrasing Benjamin Franklin, those who sacrifice some liberty for some security deserve neither liberty nor security. So we need to be sure that we stand up for what's right and enforce our liberties. It's more stringent gun laws. All that's going to affect are the law-abiding citizens, the responsible few. I'm not saying something should be done. I truly think it should. But I think we're going in the wrong direction with some kind of a firearm ban. That's terrible and it's stupid. Drugs are illegal, yet they're in the country all the time. If you stop the law-abiding citizens from having their firearms, the lawbreakers, those people who don't give a crap anyway, by their very nature, are just going to get them from across the borders, assuming that they don't already have access to them here and just don't tell anybody, obviously. Something should be done, yes, but not this. Do your part. Be sure to contact your congressman, your senator. Write them. I will include a link in my description so that you can go ahead and just send it off to them. If any legislation is going to go through, support the fact that this should be temporary, based on outcome, and it needs to be an unbiased method of determining what the outcome is. Meaning, we can't have the Democrats do it, we can't have the Republicans do it. It needs to be just a non-biased party who can follow up and say, hey, you know what, there's been an improvement. And if that's the case, great. If it's not, then return the freedoms back. Ideally, don't take them away in the first place, because what you're doing is you're disarming the country and the citizens. We have a right to protect ourselves, our families, and our country. To quote, there was a general in Japan who was one who did not advocate infiltrating the U.S. Did not during World War II. He said, if we were to invade, and this is another paraphrase, there would be a rifle behind every blade of grass. China is encouraging our disarmament. Gee, I wonder why. I'm not saying that they're intent on invading us, but anybody out there who has a grudge against us now all of a sudden has more means and methods to do us harm. I think that anyone out there who's a concealed carry holder, if your state allows it, go out, do what's necessary, get yourself your concealed carry permit, and carry all the time. That next time some joker shows up to shoot the place up, take that person down. Show that the responsible individuals not only are responsible, we're capable of handling these dangerous things, and that we will be able to take care of ourselves and our families. If we're lucky, there's one cop per 10,000 people. Anytime that there's a problem, and especially if there was a natural disaster, that is not enough to supply or support the people. The response times are terrible. And if there's more things than one going on, which generally there is, your response time is screwed. The ability to defend ourselves and take care of each other is pivotal. So, like I said, make sure that you, as a law-abiding citizen, as a responsible U.S. citizen, do not give in to the hype. Do not give in to the fear. The news is, of course, of sensationalizing every little thing because it's a hot time right now. The Democrats and those anti-gun personnel, whether they other parties included, who are pointing out all these terrible things. There was a stabbing or a mass knife attack in China. Some guy went into a school and cut up 20-some-odd kids with a knife. The point is, where there is a will, there is a way. The firearms are not the issue. The problem is that will exists, and we need to figure out why and prevent it from continuing. So, once again, support your gun rights, your Second Amendment rights. Stand up for what's right. Don't let them take them in a legal way and whatnot. And do what you need to do in your part. Support the NRA. NRA. Stop sending me money requests. And everybody else. I know several people who were members of the NRA and they lost interest because the second we sign up, we get every other week some mailer saying, send us more money. Quit wasting the money on that. And I know that you need the money. And if you sent me one like a month before my membership terminated, you would have gotten a much quicker response. So everybody else, go ahead, sign up to the NRA, endorse them, support them. Be sure to contact your congressmen, your senators. Do our part, because if these rights vanish, we have no one to blame but ourselves if we don't do anything about it. So please, fight for your rights, do what needs to be done, and be heard.